In the name of Allah, most benevolent, ever merciful. Yā Sīn. By the Quran, full of wisdom, that you are indeed one of those sent on a straight way. It is a revelation sent down by Him, the exalted in might, most merciful, that you may warn a people whose ancestors had never been warned, who are therefore heedless. The sentence is surely justified against most of them, for they do not believe. We have put yokes around their necks, right up to their chins, so that their heads are forced up, and they cannot see. And we have put a bar in front of them, and a bar behind them, and further we have covered them up, so that they cannot see. Whether you warn them or do not warn, all the same, they will not believe. You can only warn him who listens to the warning, fears Ar-Rahman secretly, to give him good news of forgiveness and various reward. It is we indeed who bring back the dead to life, write down what they sent ahead of theirs, and traces that they leave behind. Keep an account of all things you should register. Narrate to them the example of the people of the city when the messengers came to it. When we sent 2 of them, they called them liars. We sent a 3rd to strengthen them. Have been sent to you, they said. Are only men like us, they replied. Rahman has not sent down anything, are speaking only lies. The messengers said, the Lord knows that we have been sent to you. Our duty is to convey the message clearly. They rejoined, feel you augur ill. Do not desist, shall stone you to death, inflict a grievous punishment on you. Messengers said, the augury is within your own selves. You consider it a bad omen, you should be warned. You are people guilty of excess. Then a man came running from the farthest part of the city. O my people, said, follow the messengers. For those who do not ask for any recompense of you and are rightly guided. Why should I not worship him who brought me into being, to whom you will be brought back in the end? Take other gods apart from him who would neither be able to intercede for me nor save me. If Ar-Rahman brings me harm, in that case I would surely be in error. Believe in your Lord, so listen to me. They stoned him to death. I said to him, enter paradise. And he said, only my people knew. How my Lord has forgiven me and made me one of those who are honored. He did not send down any army against his people from heaven, nor did we have to send one. There was just one blast. They were extinguished. As for men, no apostle ever came to them. He made fun of him. Have they not seen how many generations have we destroyed? For them will not return again. They will all be brought together before us. There is a sign in the dead earth for them, which we quicken and produce from it grain, which they eat. We have laid out gardens of dates and grapes upon it, and made springs of water flow, that they may eat of its fruit, that it was not done by their hands. And why do they not acknowledge thanks? All glory to him, created pairs of everything, grows from the earth, and out of themselves other things they do not know. And that is a sign in the night for them. Strip off the day from it, they are left in darkness, while the sun keeps revolving in its orbit. This is the dispensation of the mighty, all-knowing God. We have determined the stations of the moon, so that after its wanderings it returns as a dried-up inflorescent spike of dates. Neither can the sun overtake the moon, nor the night outpace the day. Each of them keeps coursing in its orbit. That we bore their progeny in the leaden ark is a sign for them, and we made similar vessels for them to ride. We could have drowned them if we pleased, and none would have answered their cry for help, nor would they have been saved, unless by our benevolence to reap advantage for a time. When it is said to them, beware of what is before you and what is past, that you may be treated with kindness. None of the signs of their Lord ever comes to them, but they turn away from it. When they are told, spend of what God has given you, the unbelievers say to those who believe, why should we feed those whom God should have fed if He pleased? You are only in palpable error. And they say, when will this promise come to pass? If what you say is true, they are only waiting for a single blast that will seize them, but they will go on contending. Then they would not be able to make a will or go back to their people. When the trumpet blast is sounded, they will come out of their graves and hasten to their Lord, saying, Who has roused us from our sleep? This is what Ar-Rahman had promised, and whose truth the apostles had affirmed. It would be but a single blast of the trumpet, and they would all be arraigned before us. No soul will be wronged the least that day, nor would be recompensed but only for what it had done. Surely the inmates of paradise will be engaged in pastimes. They and their companions will recline on couches in the shade. For them will be fruits and whatever they ask. Peace shall be the greeting from the merciful Lord. And the guilty will be told, O sinners, separate yourselves this day. Did I not commit you, O children of Adam, not to worship Satan, who is your acknowledged foe, but to serve me, that this is the straight path? But he beguiled a great many of you. Why did you not then understand? This is the hell you were promised. Roast in it now for having disbelieved. We shall seal their lips that day, and their hands will speak. Their feet testify to what they had done. We could take away their sight if we pleased. Then they would run around to find the way, but how then would they see? And if we pleased, we could paralyze them in their tracks, and they would not be able to move forward to turn back. Whoever reaches old age, we reverse in natural disposition. Do they not have sense to see? We have not taught Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to versify, nor is it worthy of him. This is nothing but a reminder and illuminating discourse, so that he may warn him who is alive and feels, and justify the word against those who do not believe. Do they not see the cattle among things we have fashioned by our power, which they own, whom we made subservient to them, so that some of them they ride, and some they eat, and they do not offer thanks, and take other gods apart from God, that they may perhaps give them help. They will not be able to help them, and will be brought to us as their levied troops. So be not grieved by what they say. We certainly know what they hide and disclose. Does not man see? We created him from a drop of semen. Even then he becomes an open contender, and applies comparisons to us, having forgotten his origin, and says, Who can put life into decayed bones? Say, He who created you the first time, He has knowledge of every creation. Who gave you fire from a green tree, with which you ignite the flame? How can He who created the heavens and the earth not be able to create others like them? Why not? He is the real creator, all-knowing. When He wills a thing, He has only to say, Be, and it is. So all glory to Him who holds all power over everything, to whom you will go back in the end.